Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5396G-001. You can see and you can purchase this automatic winding white gold Patek Philippe annual calendar on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this annual calendar. Now, this variant of the 5396 reprises the historic and celebrated Patek Philippe sector dial, first seen in the 1930s on the original Calatrava reference 96. Here it's carried over into the 38.5mm 5396 format. Now, the watch fits easily on my wrist, though my wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. This watch is traditional in proportions and just slightly modernized in outright dimensions. 38.5 across the round of the case, not including the crown. The watch is also quite slim, being 11.5 millimeters thick. It sits quite flat with a slightly cupped snap-on back. It quite easily nestles into the wrist to actually sit lower than its nominal thickness. And from lug to lug, it's a very manageable 47 millimeters. With nicely tapered lugs, this watch, in my estimation, can be worn on a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters in circumference. Now, the watch does have a good weight to it. All of white gold, the watch has a satisfying precious metal heft. The strap is commensurate to the fit and finish of the watch. It's a beautiful matte finish, alligator leather with folded edges and a monotone stitch, and it's matched with the older spade-style buckle Patek Philippe white gold deployant clasp. You can see this one of a older style from the mid-2000s features the spade rather than the Calatrava cross. But make no mistake, everything fit, finish, and detailing is what you would expect from Patek Philippe in any era. Now, the watch is beautifully polished, but being discreet in size and delicate in proportions, the polish doesn't seem gaudy, doesn't seem ostentatious. It's a nice complement to the matte metallic finish of the dial, which is a beautiful silver with contrasting blueprint, and you can see at center the gorgeous foy or leaf style hands for the hours and the minutes, with a lancet second ticking along through that beautiful sector series of concentric circles and calibrations. It's an Aperture annual calendar, so much in the image of the original Patek Philippe 1527 Perpetual from the 1940s, one of their first serially produced perpetuals. This watch is quite easy to read along a vertical axis. At 12 o'clock you have the day and you have the month, then there's civil time, the hours, minutes, and seconds at center. Just below that there's a bosom style moon phase and a 24-hour indicator, so that effectively you know AM, PM, but more importantly you also know when the watch is in the no-set danger zone to avoid setting the annual calendar, which, as you can see, is set using dimple correctors on the case flanks. And then anchoring the dial at 6 o'clock is a beautiful aperture date with wonderfully stepped sides to transition vertically from the plane of the dial to the plane of the date disc. Now turn it over, and you see the other half of the attraction of any Patek Philippe. This is the caliber 324 QA, also LU, also 24. All of those additional appellations essentially indicating that it is a 324 automatic winder with a moon phase, a 24-hour indication, and of course a annual calendar. Now, the annual calendar requires only one resetting per year during the jump from February to March. Otherwise, the mechanism, which was pioneered by Patek Philippe in the modern era and invented entirely by them, requires very little interaction, though you will enjoy your interactions with this watch. The finish visually is second to none. As you can see, beautiful Côte de Genève, linear across the bridges and beautifully aligned, circular across the winding mass. Now, you'll also note just below the balance, beautiful concentric circular engine turning, the perlage, and beautiful mirror polish on the edge of every bridge, rounded and polished by hand. This is the anglage, also in evidence in all of the jewel and screw countersinks, the screw heads themselves being polished with their slots chamfered. Here you can see Patek Philippe's traditional Gyromax style balance. It is a free-sprung balance that can take and hold a very precise regulation and better maintain timing and chronometry in the face of vibrations and disruptions on the wrist. A handsome watch on both sides with a classic sector style dial combined with Patek Philippe's signature annual calendar complication. This is a versatile watch with a sporty streak, so while it wears well with formal attire, you can also dress this one down and wear it with short sleeves and cargo. This is a timepiece that you can wear almost anywhere except in the water. You can see it and you can buy it on our website.